Hey, Jake with B&H. Today I'm testing out the Olympus E-M10 Mark IV, a great entry-level micro four thirds mirrorless camera that has a lot of fun features for aspiring photographers, and this new model has a brand new sensor for greater resolution and a flip-down LCD for taking better selfies. I also got my hands on their new M.Zuiko 100 to 400mm telephoto lens, which I'm excited to pair up with the E-M10 Mark IV. So we got lots to talk about. Let's get into it. Body design. Olympus and micro four thirds systems tend to be small, especially when compared to conventional mirrorless and/or DSLRs. The E-M10 Mark IV is no different. In fact, it is lighter than the previous model, coming in at only 483 grams when paired with the 14 to 42 f3.5 to 5.6 kit lens. So it's not going to weigh down your hand or your neck, and you can easily pack it up for your next outdoor adventure. The grip has also been redesigned for more secure fit in the hand. You can now charge the battery over USB, which comes with the camera, which is very convenient because now you can pack like a USB power brick and charge the battery while you're hiking or kayaking. There's also a micro HDMI port for monitoring. However, it's not a clean signal, which means you will see the camera settings overlaid over the image, but you could hook it up to your TV and monitor playback of clips that you just recorded. There is a built-in flash that will flip up if you feel that you need a little extra light in the eyes, or if you just want to get a little more creative. It has the same battery as the Mark III and a single SD-XC card slot, which will capture RAW and JPEG or both simultaneously. Sensor and processor. As I mentioned, the Olympus E-M10 Mark IV features a brand new 20.3 megapixel live MOS micro four thirds sensor, which is a sizable improvement in resolution and image quality when compared to its predecessor, the Mark III, which was only 16 megapixels. So your images will be sharper and crisper. It keeps the same TruePic 8 image processing engine for fast and efficient camera performance, and I can attest this camera is fast. I was navigating menus, pressing function buttons, changing settings, and everything was lightning fast. It matched the speed of my brain, which is not easy to do. Performance. This camera has a new and improved contrast detection autofocus with the same 121 focus points, but it has added a new and improved continuous AF mode for moving subjects, using the same algorithm as the professional EM1X, which we did a video about. It's right up here. So as I mentioned, the Olympus E-M10 Mark IV does have an improved continuous AF tracking mode, so I'm going to test that right now. I got Bobby out there in the kayak. I'm going to have him go back and forth and see how well the camera can track him. So, action! Just start going back and forth. Yeah, go. Go, go. Okay, so it locks onto him, and if I stay on him, it's going to move with him without me having to pan. All right, that was pretty good. All right, so now I got him coming at me. I see the box moving no matter where I frame him. If I frame him here, it's got him. If I frame it here, it's got him. As he comes closer, I'm gonna get down. Let's see if it grabs him. There it goes, it's got him. There we go again. There we go again. There it is. Not bad. That was good, do it again.
Coming at you?
Yeah, coming at me again. Give me a little more grit and determination in that face.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The E-M10 Mark IV also has an improved face and eye detection AF carried over from the EM1 Mark III. And as I'm playing with it here, as Bobby moves his head back and forth, it's locking on him. No matter where he is in the frame, as he moves around, it locks right on the face. Great pose, yeah, look at that. Cover of Sports Illustrated, look out. A new and improved 5-axis in-body stabilization provides you with 4.5 shutter speed stops of compensation. This is very helpful when shooting handheld, which is sort of the point with a camera like this because it's so lightweight. You want to shoot handheld the whole time, and the IBIS lets you do just that. There is also a new and improved mechanical shutter with sequential shooting speeds of 8.7 FPS in high mode and 5 FPS in low mode, which are both faster than the Mark III. You can also put it into silent shooting mode if you need to be more discreet, if you're like shooting a wedding, doing some street photography, or photographing a sleeping baby. Shooting experience. You can still use their 2.36 million dot OLED EVF when you're shooting under broad daylight with no issue. That's what I like to do. Or you can use their more than capable 3-inch touchscreen LCD featuring a new and exciting 180-degree tilt-down articulation for easily composing your selfies. This is really cool. As soon as you flip down the LCD, it automatically goes into selfie mode. You can start taking selfie photos or start vlogging. Just like that, you're vlogging. Flip down the LCD, hit that record button, and you're good to go. I do want to mention that a lot of people expect the LCD to flip out on the side. I actually kind of like it flipping down on the bottom because it can kind of hide your eye line a little bit. Most people who they have the flip out LCD on the side, they kind of peep a little bit to check their composition. It's kind of a dead giveaway. You can see their eyes move to the right. But with this, I'm not so sure you can tell if I'm looking at the lens or the LCD, so I like that. I should mention there is no audio input, so you can't connect an external microphone, and therefore you'll have to use the camera's internal microphone. There's also no headphone input either, so you can't monitor your levels. Video. The camera still provides you with Ultra HD acquisition up to 30 frames with a bitrate of 102 megabits per second. You can shoot full HD up to 60 FPS and high-speed recording at 120, but it's in 1280 by 720 resolution. But it's there if you really want to slow down some action. Files are wrapped up as an MOV. And a Class 10 or higher SD card is recommended for shooting movies. UHS 2 or UHS 1 U3 card is recommended for shooting the 4K. And your recording clip time is limited to 29 minutes. Creative modes. Now this is where I think the camera really shines, offering 3 different shooting modes that are designed to assist novice photographers, whether it's capturing the right image for their scene, learning advanced photography tricks, or expressing themselves through artistic filters. The Art Filter mode provides you with 16 different creative artistic expressions, including their newest filter, Instant Film, which I think was my personal favorite. Once I put it in that filter, I didn't want to take it out of it. I just love photographing and composing. The color, the grain, just the look and the feel to it was very gratifying, and I didn't want to change out of it. You can also fine-tune in real time the intensity of some of the filters to your liking. The Scene mode optimizes your camera settings according to the scene and subject, helping novice photographers to get some really cool shots. I think a great example is, capturing your kids playing, right? It's very difficult to do. They're moving, it's like if you don't understand shutter speed, it can be difficult to accomplish. This camera will help you capture sharp quality photos because you're telling the camera what you want to photograph and it's going to take care of the rest. The Advanced Photo mode makes difficult shooting methods easy and simple thanks to actual explanations within the mode telling you what the camera is doing to achieve the desired effect, which I think is a great way to learn professional photography. It's kind of like having a teacher in your camera. If you do want to take long exposure photography more seriously, a feature called Live Bulb is available in the camera as well. So once you're feeling more confident, you can start taking more creative control over your image making, which I think just proves how capable this camera is. The E-M10 Mark IV is a camera that you can really grow into as a photographer. Sharing. Sharing has never been easier or faster thanks to their new always-on connection via Bluetooth, so you can play back or import images even when the camera is in your bag. It will not work with the beta app, so I cannot demo it, but trust me, it's gonna work nicely. Okay, let's talk about their new lens, the 100-400 f5.0 to 6.3. This is a compact and lightweight telephoto with an impressive zoom range of 200 to 800 millimeters in the 35 millimeter equivalent, thanks to the Olympus Micro Four Thirds sensor size. The lens only weighs 2.5 pounds without the tripod collar. It's about 8.1 inches long when collapsed and 10 to 11 inches when it's extended. You can lock the zoom on the side when you want to have it packed away. Chromatic aberrations and distortions are reduced thanks to extra low dispersion elements. Elements are also coated in their M.Zuiko extra low reflection optical coating, aka zero coating, to reduce flare and ghosting for higher contrast and color accurate imaging. Shooting in inclement weather won't be a problem thanks to their worry-free dust and splash-proof performance that you've come to expect from their M.Zuiko Pro lens series. The autofocus is spot on, incredibly fast and responsive. The lens locked onto my subjects, no problem. At 400 millimeters or 800 millimeter equivalent, my hands were obviously shaking, but thanks to the in-lens image stabilization in the lens, my images were tack sharp. Trusting the IS means I don't have to jack up my shutter speed and I don't have to lug around a tripod, unless of course I'm doing long exposures. Sharpness performs at the same level across the zoom range. Take a look at this 100mm photo compared to the 400mm photo. The sharpness, from what I can see, didn't fall off at all. Minimal focusing distance is 1.3 meters, which means it can operate like a macro lens for close-up detail shots. This lens does support focus stacking, so you can capture composite shots that are in deep focus from the foreground to the background while using the Super Telephoto macro range. On the side of the lens, you'll find this cool focus limiter switch. So if you only want to capture macro type images, set it to 1.3 to 6 meters for a concentrated focus range. Or if you're photographing objects in the distance, just set the focus to 6 meters to infinity. The filter thread on the front is a very common 72mm if you want to attach any filters, and in the box it does come with a lens hood. It's an impressive lens that is incredibly versatile, and it may not be as fast as some of you may like, but it has pro-level performance and would make a great pairing with the new Olympus E-M10 Mark IV if you're doing any type of traveling. In summation, the E-M10 Mark IV is a flexible content creator camera that's going to give you a wide variety of fun and dynamic content acquisition that can be posted to social media quickly and easily. Thanks to features like scene mode and advanced photography mode, you can learn about certain techniques by letting the camera do the work for you while simultaneously learning how to do it yourself. And you can experiment with your artistic expression using their 16 different art filters. So what are your thoughts on the new Olympus E-M10 Mark IV? Let me know in the comments below. This is Jake with B&H. Just keep rolling.